welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival. Alright, well, I'll start off with my standard these days disclaimer of the weather's been really hot. It still is very hot, and I absolutely must have the air conditioner and my fan on running pretty much full blast in order to be able to do much anything. And I can't turn them off because of that, or turn them down, so the noise may be getting into the microphone track. I will do the best I can with Audacity to clean it up as usual. Anyway, yeah, I've been a little bit on the busy side. What I've done recently is, okay, first of all off, I went up here, which is over there between those two mountains, and there's an iron deposit over there. I went over there and I mined like 59% of it in one go. I brought it back here and I started it refining, and then I went down here and where there used to be a promethium deposit right about in here, and I mined all of the 43% or whatever that was left of it, every bit of it, and set all of that stuff processing. In fact, the promethium should be finished by now. Let's see, yeah, I processed the promethium and I ended up with like 9.5 stacks of pellets, and I set all of that being processed into large fuel packs, because I use those because they have a fuel value of 150. The regular fuel packs have a fuel value of 30, and the hydrogen fuel packs have a fuel value of 15. Yeah, so now there's 390 new fuel packs, and if I head over here, put them away, there's 485 already there. So combine the stacks, there's 875 large fuel packs, and there's another 400 or 500 in the constructor on the ship from previous processing runs, so fuel is not an issue. As you can see, yes, I have done a bunch here with this thing. The first thing I did was to expand this platform. It's no longer just a landing platform. This is sort of like pretty much a surface dry dock at this point, because after I stripped a bunch of stuff off the ship, that lightened it up considerably, enough that I could put some engines on it and fire it up to lift it up and rotate it to where it is now and set it back down. Then I went and stripped those engines back off of it because they weren't in the final place they're going to be. And then I started stripping more and more stuff off of it. This block floating here was connected to the front end of the ship. Remember, structural integrity does not apply to ships just yet. The devs have hinted that it will, but it doesn't yet. So things like that floaty Minecraft looking block actually work, and that's good because that block marks the center line, and that makes it easier for me to set up build symmetry for working on this. And as you can see, I'm working on, let me use the drone here, I'm working on sculpting some shape into this thing so that it's going to come back like this and then kind of flare outward and have a wider body going further back. And then the areas up here in the forward section, I'm going to try to sculpt, I think that's a good word for it, to sculpt the overall body of the ship with some more angles, the 45-degree angles of the slopes, the 22.5-degree angles of the ramps, and so on, and even get some armored glass in there in the front, and see what I can do to actually make this thing look reasonably good. I've actually got a design idea in my head. I can see this thing completed, and it in my opinion, looks pretty good. The trick is getting enough time to actually work on it, or I'm not sitting here dripping sweat into my keyboard and things like that. That makes doing much of anything very difficult, uncomfortable, and leaving a lot to be desired. As a matter of fact, the heat in the last couple of days has been so bad that the only thing I could do was to either sit and watch videos or read. It's been so oppressive. It's been well over 100 degrees for the last couple of 3 days going, and I'm anticipating it might be that bad again today, which is why I'm up here at 6 o'clock in the morning doing this, because this is actually literally the coolest time of the day, and it's almost 80 degrees already, and it's climbing fast. So I'm doing what I can. And tomorrow's video is supposed to be Hermitcraft, but if for whatever reason I'm not able to do any record there, I do have one more episode of Space Engineers that was recorded like a week ago. At the same, pretty much right after I recorded episode 3, I just continued and recorded episode 4. So that will be going up if I can't manage to do Hermitcraft, I will do that. So there's at least something. What I'm going to do after that, I don't know, because that's the last of my pre-recorded stuff. In any event, enough yammering about this. There's still a lot of work to do with this. All the stuff that's mounted on the ship up in there right now is going to have to be taken out, rearranged, and so on. And I'm hoping, what I want to do is to create kind of a build montage of clips of several different stages of building, and watch this thing change from the boxy pig looking thing that it was into something that looks sort of kind of almost cool. In any event, the next thing that I want to get doing here is well, for one thing, I think I need to stop in here and just drop off the combat steel and the steel. I'm not going to be using it with this, and take these lights, and I'm going to head over to the abandoned mine and proceed to get that place cleared out of all the loot and stuff that was left behind, including the apparently I missed an epic loot container, so I want to be sure and get that. So I'm going to head back down there and do that. Okay, so here I am back in here, parked just inside under a little bit of cover, and there is something that someone pointed out in the comments the previous episode. I should have thought of this myself, but having placed my own core in this place, all I have to do is hit P to bring up the control panel, and let's say auto group, and then I can go to lights, and okay, I'll have to individually select all of these lights at once. So let's just, oh, wait a minute, I can't select them all at once, a mass select? Well, that's bogus. And when selecting the group, you can't do, yeah, anyway. Well, what I can do is change the color to white and turn the intensity and the range all the way up. And then if I do that for all of the lights, it will be a whole lot easier to see in here. So I'm going to do that and then get down to doing some looting. Alright, well, you remember how dark and dingy this place was when I first came down here? Well, with all the lights turned all the way up, it is a lot better. In fact, in some places it's downright bright. but it's going to make it a lot easier to get things done here. Alright, let's see. Let's start with these guys. Yeah. So just loot the thing and scrap the thing. And that's pretty much going to be my routine through the whole thing here. Yeah. Let's see, there was one thing. Someone pointed out that this fan-looking thing hides behind it an epic loot container. Ultra rare. What do we got in here? An epic shotgun? Oh, yes please. I'll take that. And I'll put that in there until I come back after dumping off what's in my inventory, because I'm full up again already. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to go up, dump off what I've got into the broken tooth, come back down, and proceed to continue on with the looting of all containers and the breaking down of anything more complicated than dirt. Alright. Well, I've got the place pretty well stripped out. Every generator, cargo box, and even the deco consoles and some bits of the floor, because I wanted to see if there's anything underneath of this stuff that, according to the multi-tool, is called Alien Full. Alien Full of what? I'm not sure I want to know. But anyway, I have noticed one little thing. You'll notice that that room I was just in, the very bottom room of the whole place, no cargo boxes left. And of course there's none in the corridor here. And as I finally get up to here and go up this way, there's no cargo boxes up here, and there's none down here either. That's just where the core is. Now I've left the lights and anything that looks like it might be a load-bearing structural thing, but all the containers and whatnot, all the deco consoles and so on, I have looted and scrapped, so, or collected, whatever. But in all of this, I have pretty well gotten all of the containers. I mean, I don't see containers anywhere except for this one fuel tank that I left, which is providing fuel to the two large generators that are keeping the lights on. And I'm going to leave those until later when I don't need them. But so far, as you can see, I've done a pretty thorough job of getting all the containers. I mean, in here, there was a mess of them. They're gone. And everywhere else that I could find containers, they're gone. Which brings to a little bit of a mystery. If I bring up the console, the control panel, you'll notice that there are still 26 cargo boxes logged as being part of this place. Where are they? They're not visible anywhere, and I have already tried removing these groups and so on, and log out and back in and so forth and so far on, and you know, they're not here, but the system says that they are. And you'll note that this is not as many cargo boxes as there was. When I first got in here, there was like 48 cargo boxes. Now there's 26. It's not counting the stuff on the tooth, because there's like 5 cargo boxes on the broken tooth. So there are 26 unaccounted for cargo boxes. So what I'm going to do to find them is, oh, duh, yeah, here they are. Oh, that makes me feel like a dunce. It really does. I was seeing a big conspiracy of hidden cargo boxes, and here they are, right out here in the open. I forgot about this area because the bulk of the good stuff was all down below. And as you can see, there's nothing in these containers. They're just here. Alright, so mystery solved. I was being a derp. And I'll grab these deco consoles because they do have some electronics, metal components, and computers. I wouldn't be at all surprised if they represented a power drain as well. But the overall plan for this place is going to be start at the top, work my way down, and strip the place completely, totally. Because you'll see here, this place is made of hardened steel. Hardened steel, window slopes, but most of this place is hardened steel. Well, hello. Yeah, so there's a lot of hardened steel here. I mean to harvest it. Hardened steel is valuable because it can be used as ingredients. The hardened steel plates and the steel plates are ingredients to make the combat steel. So that's good. I'm going to harvest as much of this stuff as I can. I should make it a point to start from the top down like I was talking about, however, so that things don't go poof and just disappear. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be spending a big chunk of whatever time I can manage to do anything over the next day or two, in this game at least, is to just scrap this place until there is nothing left but a hole in the ground shaped like this place. Yeah. And I think the outer walls should be something that I wait until later to do. But anyway, that's the plan. Scrap the place, strip all the resources out of it. I've got, and yeah, as for what I've pulled out already so far, if I look in the cargo boxes on the Broken Tooth, this box was empty when I started. And let's see, any of this go in there? Alright, and then in this one, when that first one got full, there's that little bit of stuff. Yeah. But I think I could probably go through 20 or 25 multi-charges taking this place apart. And I'm going to do it from the top down on account of structural integrity, because that way I won't be pulling supports out from under things and so on. So I'm going to work on that. I'm going to leave the generators in that fuel tank just simply so that there's lights for as long as I need them. Yeah. In any event, that's what I'm going to be doing for a while. That, and I'm going to try to get to a point. Hopefully the weather will cooperate and things will not be quite so hideously god-awful hot, and I will be able to do more of a recording nature. Because a lot of what I'm going to be doing is going to involve just running around doing stuff with the fan and the air conditioner and so on, going full blast and making hideous noise and so on, that it would be of the nature that would ruin recordings and so on. Yeah, so that's what's going on, and that's what I'm going to be doing. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.